Warning: the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Coach's Box Call Like We See It podcast. I don't know what's going on back here in the background. I was doing this, taking care of everything else, doing the technical stuff. You two are probably acting a fool, but that's okay.
I know. I just funny that Jarvis just kind of shows up and he's like, "Hey, I'm here.
I'm here. All right. We can do the show now. We're not going to prep, not going to talk about anything, so it's going to be a surprise to Jason. Much like most of the stuff on his test back in high school and college. All surprise, first time we see it.
Herbie Hancock.
Herbie.
I got my degree, man.
That's true. Might pay to get A's, but C's get degrees. That's usually how it goes.
Got me 25 years of teaching in. I got to get about 6 more, baby.
Yeah, there you go. But as you can see, we are a little shorthanded. Coach Halley is not here. And, of course, as always, well, most often than not, Jim has somewhere to go to do some kind of big-time thing. But that's okay. We will still rip him while he's not here.
Hold on, Chris. I'm beginning to think, hold on, is it our fault? Do we need to have the show on a different day? Well, do we need to accommodate? Do we need to differentiate for Jim and have it on a different day?
I don't feel that that's a necessary thing to do. If we were doing learning standards and we were, like we would do proper planning of this show, the accommodation factor for Jim does not match his individual performance. I don't want to use a term that we would use in special education, but he does not need an accommodation.
Hold on, we'll get the old school. No. His the old school job target. How about that? Is that
there is so many things I want to say right now.
Well, let's keep it a little bit family friendly as much as we can until we get a little fired up. But this is episode 232 because it is the night before the NFL draft, and I'm telling you, everything I've heard to this point shows that this could be a very unpredictable draft, except for the first pick. Everything else is kind of up in the air, and a lot of it had to do with these pro days and Aaron Rodgers apparently, and all these other guys. But these teams are. It could either be like really crazy or a really big dud, fellas. What is your overall thoughts on the draft? Zach, since you were here first, attendance-wise, we'll start with you so Jason can share the show out properly, listen to what you have to say, and piggyback off of
I shared it to our cards group. Hey,
I declined it.
Why would you decline?
It's not about cards. No, because it's not cards. That's all he called the
thing. He said no. Hey, hold on, you got no. Hey, Jason ain't gonna listen to me anyway, so that's fine. Whatever he has to say, it'll be okay. But I just don't know about this draft. It doesn't even seem relatively top heavy. It seems like you got one decent guy as an edge rusher. I'm not sold. On anybody at the quarterback position as being a franchise guy. the question mark is going to be the running back, Genty from Boise State, Genty. Because Chris, I think you've said it over the years. Why do you draft a running back in the first round anymore? You don't need to, just the way the game has changed and evolved. And so I don't. Who else? Again, name 10 guys in the draft. Name 10 guys, not that are going to be factors, that are going to be like legit. Okay, hey, maybe all pro or whatever. I just don't know if it's a deep draft class. Maybe it's going to be one of those years where you get a lot of depth in some positions, but I don't know. I just don't see the big names. I mean, okay, we're going to say Travis Hunter, but that's
a big name.
Okay. That's 2. And like I said, for me, I'm not sold on any of the QBs that are going to be franchised, and we could talk about that later after you guys give your opinion. So.
Well, why do you got to have a franchise why does it have to be a franchise quarterback draft to have a good draft? I'll argue with that. I think there's a lot of talent in this draft. Jason, before I get going on mine, what's your thoughts? Or are you busy?
Well, yeah, it was busy. You can't believe you blocked my.
Oh yeah, listen. If you want, I'll go in the garage and get a ladder so you can use to get over it. Okay,
I'm not going to get over it. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm trying to promote the show.
There's the same people who are our Facebook friends. Hell, if they're not watching it on our regular Facebook thing, they're not going to watch it anyway. And then they stop. So there you go. Well, good. All right, now let's actually talk about stuff that matters here.
Quarterback.
What's your thoughts?
Quarterback, you got Cam on the draft, and you got Sanders. Sanders is hard for me to decide what he's going to do because he didn't have an offensive line. He was running for his life most of the time and still put up all those numbers. His record sucked. It wasn't that great, so I don't know. Travis Hunter, any team is going to be wanting that. How would you not want that guy? And how would you not want him on both sides of the ball? And I don't know how that's going to translate in the NFL. But there is not the quarterback where everyone's just like, oh, my God, we have to have. Zach is right. Ed Rusher, you got the Abdul Carter guy.
Carter.
For Penn State. I guess I do like Ashton Genty. Did you see what he sent to all the teams?
What's that?
I thought that you need to draft the guy that can't be tackled. Basically saying that's me. I don't know how you understand what all the debate is. And I thought that was, ballsy, but he's a good player. Zach sat there and argued how he should have been the Heisman instead of Hunter, so I still think Hunter was the Heisman, but sorry. There's some offensive linemen, but I just don't know that there's like this guy that's just going to be a dominant Pro Bowl like Zach was saying. I hate to agree with Zach.
You're supposed to disagree with Chris and go after each other. That's the
You've been saying that for like the last 4 years.
That's why people tune in. That's why people tune in.
No. And Zach, here's the thing. I'm funny and everybody disagrees with you. so it's not everybody else. It's you. No,
it's not me, it's you. It's not you, it's me.
It's you. There you go. So I as I said, I think it's a deep draft of talent that these teams that are kind of like on the fringe, they can get a couple of dudes and all of a sudden they can create depth. If you're looking at New England, who already has a quarterback, in tow that they're going to be relying on, well, now you can put some pieces around him. Now you can get an offensive lineman to maybe protect him, like the Campbell guy out of LSU. That would be a good pickup. Abdul Carter is a guy. They're talking about 2 or 3 guys that aren't quarterbacks that could be Hall of Famers out of this draft. I think there's a lot of talent. I agree with both of you, though. I don't think there's a franchise quarterback. I don't even like Cam Ward going number 1 because I don't think he's the best player. So the only reason Tennessee's doing it is because they need a quarterback. The big surprise, unless something happens within the next, like 20 hours until the draft starts, if Tennessee trades out of that spot and moves themselves down and gets some extra picks and allows somebody else to maybe go after a player, and they can still get a quarterback. I still think they can get Cam Ward even afterwards. But I don't even think he's a franchise quarterback. I don't.
No, I would go if I'm picking and looking at the QBs and saying like, okay, who am I going to take? I'm probably going to wind up taking Jackson Dart. Like that would be the guy that I would take, just because I think he's had a good college career. I think he's won. I think he slightly that dual threat, but he can obviously throw the ball well. He's a guy that I would pick out of, if I had to pick a QB that was going to play, I think he will be, whoever he goes to, he'll be the next kind of Bo Nix.
I will say they're really big on our Armand Membo or whatever from Mizzou as an offensive tackle. He's getting a lot of stuff right now, and
he'll be a top.
I mean, you got him. You talk about Missouri. You got him. You got the wide receiver, of course. I'm anxious to see does Brady Quinn. Not Brady.
Brady Cook. Yeah.
Brady Quinn.
Yeah.
Quinn. Cook get.
He doesn't make
Cook
first round.
Oh no. He's going to go. They've got him listed.
Is he going to get 6 or 7 or round?
Well, they've got him at 323 overall, and he's the last QB. He's ranked 17th out of the draft class.
He didn't do himself any favors this year, statistically and gameplay. Maybe his combines and stuff were good. We do have a question from our viewers here. I say watchers. That'd be kind of creepy sounding. How do you feel about Chicago's pick? Chicago is picking at 5, and some of the mock drafts I've seen, they could go with a Will Campbell. They could go. Here's the one that's surprising: Ashton Genty to Chicago.
They're not picking 10.
I don't know if they're picking 5.
I'm looking at
Wait. No. Hey, they did. It's a mock trade. I take it back because I was looking. I was trying to look and see. They're at 10.
Okay.
Boy, I'll tell you what. If they can't get themselves into the top 5, I don't know if they're going to be getting, some kind of real big talent to. They're going to have to get offensive linemen. I've seen. This is like the third one I've seen of Genty. They need some more because Caleb Williams is still. I think there's still pieces of him over there in Soldier Field they need to pick up. Okay, it's like a cleanup on the 50-yard line every time. If you're not going to protect the guy, I mean, you just waste the number 1 pick letting the dude get beaten to oblivion.
So let's add Chicago to this. What are some other teams that we just said, Chris, you don't necessarily like taking your running back in the first round?
Now wait, now hang on. I want to clarify this because I said if I wanted to say, and I'm sure someone wants to do the work and fact check me on this. My feelings on running backs are if they are a can't miss kind of guy, if they're a Saquon Barkley, and that's easy to say hindsight 2020, but he was pretty damn good in college. Everybody was like, man, Saquon, you got LaDainian Tomlinson kind of guy. You got guys that are legit.
Chicago,
and you can't miss on them.
I don't think it's a lineman, Chris. Is Chicago? I mean, they seriously they traded for Drew Dahlman, who's a hell of a center, and they signed him to a 3-year, $42 million. They signed Joe Thuney, or they acquired him via trade. They acquired Jonah Jackson, guard. Those are both guards, and then Bill Murray also. Now maybe they draft the Mizzou guy if he's still there, and add to that plethora of linemen that they've got. I mean, Who is there?
You almost had to have about 6 or 7 guys.
gosh,
Who's their current running back?
For the Bears?
Oh, what's his name? Yeah, the Bears running back. I can't think of the dude. I'm gonna have to look it up now.
That brings me to my question that I wanted to ask you guys.
Go ahead with your question.
When it comes to the running back, I don't think the Boise State running back is the end all be all. I think Judkins, who was originally at Ole Miss and wrapped up and finished at Ohio State, like he would be another dude that I would say, okay, he's going to provide that, I guess, protection or that ability to run the ball. But if you're looking at either young QBs or places that already have quarterbacks that need that help at running back, who would you say, like, hey, I'm okay with drafting a running back in the first round? I think Chicago is one that I think that would provide some help for a young quarterback to alleviate maybe the stress of either the picking up blitz or passing game. But are there any other franchises that you can think, young or old, that a running back helps them?
Man, it's tough because the guys that, I mean, again, there aren't enough studs in the draft to where you're like, that's a guy that I have to draft in the first round.
Running backs.
Genty is the only guy.
He's the only guy. Haven't been drafting running backs high anymore. I did look up the Bears. They have DeAndre Swift, Rashawn Johnson, and some Travis Horner. So, I mean, running back could be a thing, but
does he sit in the corner? Little Jack Horner.
Anyway, yeah.
I know it doesn't matter if you don't have a line. They got 4 linemen. 3 of them were starters. The 2 guards, one started for the Chiefs, the other started for the Rams. The center is a stud, and they got another guy. It was a starting tackle for Detroit, or what was like the 6th or 7th man on Detroit's line. They've signed. They've tried to improve their line. So.
And you got to give them credit, they have. And I forgot about a couple of those guys they picked up. But here's the funny part about Swift, and to go with Sean's point on his comment about Saquon going to Philadelphia, and all of a sudden he can, he's good, he's better than what he was. Philadelphia had DeAndre Swift the year before last, and he was in the Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, you got to have a good line. I've said this for many years, and I know everybody who's a closet Cowboys fan from the 90s is going to be all upset when I say this. I think Emmitt Smith's overrated. He had one of the best offensive lines in football for however many years, and when you see highlight films of Emmitt, he's in the 2nd and 3rd level running. You see Barry Sanders, he's getting hit in the damn backfield, and then he's still picking up positive yards. Barry Sanders has I think he has the NFL record for the most yardage lost, and he still finished at whatever point in rushing. So, I mean, it makes a difference. If Barry Sanders played for the Cowboys and Emmitt Smith played for the Lions, what's that look like as far as who owns the career rushing record? And does Barry Sanders retire after 10 years of playing for the Cowboys because he's over there getting his ass handed to him all the time because his line sucks? Or is he playing for 16 years? Again, the line's important. Obviously, it helps Saquon. He was good anyway, but who would you rather play for? The Giants or the Eagles?
Yes.
Who would you rather run behind? Okay, that's it. Yeah, there you go. Easy peasy. The Bears with going after Genty, I think that's an interesting pick. I've also heard Genty to the Raiders. And since they just signed Geno Smith to an extension, which whatever, and we know Pete Carroll likes the running game until the Super Bowl's on the line from the 2-yard line. Yeah, Pete Carroll should have 2 Super Bowl rings and Brady 1 less, but whatever. I could see that happening though. I really could see that happening. I could see him going to the Raiders. That's about the only other place I could see going and saying, yeah, we need to go get a running back.
What does
Maybe I'm missing somebody,
okay,
but-
here's what I'm gonna bring up. What does Jacksonville have? Do they have a running back?
I don't think they
Because-
do, but I don't think Genty's not going to be around long enough for that. So if you, no, I'm serious because, okay, either they're going to draft him at 5.
Well, that's who Jacksonville has.
Either they're drafting him.
Yeah.
I know. Either they're drafting at 5 or someone's trading
Right,
up and getting
right.
their pick. And they're going to try to go get something else. Because again,
Mhm.
Zach, if they value Genty as being one of these guys like a Barkley, a LaDainian Tomlinson, somebody who can't miss in the first round and you have to draft him, then they're going to get him. And if they don't, whoever's trading for that pick, they're gonna take him. They will take him. That's my bold prediction. I don't think anybody is trading up into the top 7, top 8 picks to go get Shedeur Sanders.
No.
Okay.
No.
And I think the best talent, the top talent will be off the board at that point. Even at 5. Because I think Carter's going to be right there. Hunter's obviously I think it's going to go Ward, Hunter, Carter. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. And from there, it's going to be, does New England want the lineman? You know, do they feel like they need to go get them a running? But they could go get Genty. But I think they need linemen. I think they need an offensive line. They need more linemen than the Bears do, obviously. But you know, and I think that's where it starts. I think that's going to be where it gets really, really interesting. And you know, do the Patriots want a part of, you know, the Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter? Do they want to go ahead and get those guys? So I mean, again, it's all speculation and we don't know.
No shit, so. You got to have 5. They got to have one decent one out of the 5 they had last year. That would equal 5.
What? So let's just talk, just because it's the factory of sadness and then it's the hard knocks. What do the Browns do, and then what do you think the Giants are going to do? Like,
I don't know. The Browns, who knows what the Browns are going to do?
I mean, they're at 2, and New York is at 3. Would New York legitimately take? Let's say Ward is off the board. Would they take Sanders at 3?
I don't think so.
You don't think?
No, there's no way they can do that. They need to improve their team.
But who's throwing the ball for them right now?
Well, right now they've got Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston.
Right. Okay.
So you've got a guy who
really
who can,
there.
Yes. Yes. They're the ones on the roster. I think they got that one Tommy, what's his name, who sucks.
Oh, the one that kept playing over Drew,
the one they, and then Drew Lock's the one who cost him the pick, the opportunity of getting the number 1 pick.
He
so
went
dumb.
Off with that game.
So dumb.
But hey,
it just shows how bad they are.
If they wanted to tank, then it's called we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna run a zero wedge. And then Jason, if we really want the number 1 pick, guess what we're gonna do? Fall forward.
Tommy DeVito.
Danny
DeVito. That's
Danny DeVito's younger brother.
The pride of Illinois. Oh my gosh. So you've got Tommy DeVito, you've got Russell Wilson, and you've got Jameis Winston. You don't need a quarterback. You've got a guy who can sling it. You've got a guy who thinks he can sling it, and then you got a guy who really sucks. And there's all kinds of – listen, the storylines for the Giants this year, you know, if you want to talk about the media frenzy that you create, they will be in the news all year long. Maybe the goal for the Giants now is to become the Cowboys, because the Cowboys haven't been, like, relevant on the field, and the Giants obviously aren't relevant on the field, but they did Hard Knocks. They made the biggest bonehead mistake publicly with Hard Knocks and allowing Saquon to leave and go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Now they're going to be relevant because they signed Russell Wilson, who is probably now the most overrated player of all time, and then Jameis Winston, who is Jameis Winston is the gift that keeps on giving.
That's the overrated
as far
guy.
as
Russell Wilson at least Russell Wilson has a Super Bowl ring. You can't be overrated when you have a Super Bowl ring.
He had Marshawn Lynch and the Legion of Boom. Okay, Trent Dilfer has a Super Bowl ring. Okay, let's start with that. Tony Banks has a Super Bowl ring. All right, so here's the thing too. Jameis Winston is like this gift that God created just to keep giving us all of this entertainment. You talk about sports being entertainment. Jameis Winston is hardcore. I love it. I used to think he was, I hate it because, all the goofy crap about, in Florida State. Man, I'll tell you what. I just listen to him do interviews and stuff. I always get a great laugh out of it. Great.
Are you not entertained? That's
have to be. Now, here's the thing too, that again, does Cleveland take Hunter, or do they say, well, how about we just add another guy to the other side of the line and they take Carter? Think about what that does to the rest of your defense with two guys who can edge rush on the same team.
Who's their quarterback? Who's their offensive weapons?
They're playing for next year too. But you get you already got Myles Garrett for whatever point, now since he's locked up. Then you put Abdul Carter and he's on a rookie deal. And you get through this year, and then there's way more quarterbacks in the draft next year. My God, you're set up on the other side of the ball. You just need somebody to come in. And they went out and signed Flacco. So they got Joe Flacco again.
That's okay.
He's back.
Goodness.
Pretty sure he's back. I want to double check that. I think Joe Flacco is back. Yes, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and the king of the rub and tug himself, Deshaun.
He's got to be de-gown at some point.
Has he though? Come on.
I don't.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
I'm just saying.
So Sean thinks Sanders is going to go to the Giants. That's interesting. I mean,
they could trade back. They could trade up and get him late in the first round. That could happen. But he's not going 3. There's no way. And Coach Rhodes brings up a good question here about Hunter. Is he backed off playing both ways, or he's already came out and said if he doesn't get to play corner and wide receiver, he's just going to retire. Like he ain't going to do it. I'm not going to play.
Okay.
I mean, he does hold that. He does hold the leverage here because obviously he's a better cornerback than he is wide receiver. But if they give him the opportunity to play, and especially in a 4 wide, 5 wide situation, hell, if he goes to either one of those teams, he's definitely going to be the second or third best receiver on the field.
He could be a good slot receiver.
Sure. And he's got the size. I mean, he's going to play. The Giants have said that they'll play him both sides of the ball. Like the Giants are all in on Travis Hunter. They want him. Which, I mean, that could get real interesting here because, again, I think it's more conducive for the Browns to draft Carter and the Giants to get Hunter. Because in the scenario that we just painted here, that if they go back into the first round and get Sanders, the Giants do. Oh my gosh! Now you got the guys who played college ball together on the same team, and then if you want to play they'll get Deion. That's not going to happen. Deion's not going to go to the Giants and coach, but it just makes for a lot more storylines. And again, hey, it keeps them relevant in the media. Boom. Just saying. Jason, you've been awfully quiet. I thought football was something you knew a lot about, more than me. I mean, I didn't play in high school.
I played a little in high school, a little in college, just a little. I played football a long time. If I was drafted and I had the number 1 pick, I want Hunter. That's who I want. I want Hunter. If I wanted a quarterback, it's hard, man. When you talk about some of those people that need quarterbacks and where they're at in the draft, I mean, gosh, I just can't see moving up for, dude, I would settle for someone late. Take my chances. I can't see you selling the farm for Sanders, Cam Ward. Who was the guy you brought up, Zach?
Jackson Dart.
Dart. I mean,
so
I might take my chance on a proven winner like the Mizzou quarterback and take him real late and see what happens.
So do you try to moneyball the situation and change the game and say I don't know. Obviously, we've said, and you guys said, the quarterback's the most important position in all of sports. But is there a workaround and say, okay, if colleges are not going to develop pro style QBs anymore, then do we have to do a philosophy shift and, like Chris said, put everything on defense and then hope that we can get 21 points and be like the 2000s Ravens, that type of a defense to win? Like, I mean, what do you guys think?
I think if you can get somebody, because there's two schools of thought here. If you can get somebody that can, like, there can't, again, it's all about, do you go and get the can't miss guys? The can't miss guys are the ones that are going to change your franchise. And you can say, we're going to go get a Joe Burrows and we'll throw some guys around him and we're going to be competitive. I mean, he took Cincinnati to the Super Bowl, didn't win it. They haven't been back since. And they can't protect him and they can't stop anybody on defense because there's too much money tied up there. Or the school of thought is you do the Russell Wilson thing where you develop, you put all the money in the drafts and the defense, have a running game, and then you find a guy who's a game manager. Russell Wilson, game manager. Okay, that's what he is, and draft him in the 3rd, 4th round, and there you go. Or Brock Purdy kind of player, and you find ways to win that way. That takes probably a lot of scouting to know if that's the kind of guy that fits your system, because it's a system guy, or you have a guy who has all the tools and he creates his own system. There's none of those guys in this draft. Okay. So now you're trying to find, is this guy good enough to be a system guy? Because let's face it, Shedeur Sanders is not, and I get what Jason said. He's right. He ran for his life. Colorado's record's terrible, but he can't block for himself and throw the ball either. So I don't think you'd be wrong in going that direction if there's that guy available, but they don't. There's nobody there in this draft. So if I'm looking right now, I want to make sure that my defense is really good. I've got a good running game, and then somebody who does not turn the ball over and can make enough throws down the field. And that could be a guy who's a rookie. That could be a guy who's off the street. Do they turn the ball over? Yes or no? And because there's nobody available right now who's a free agent or a rookie coming in that is that guy who's, okay, we're just going to give him the ball and let him go and win the game. Aaron Rodgers is not that guy anymore. Okay. Aaron Rodgers is a basket case. He's probably more of a cancer than he is the guy he used to be.
How does that happen in a year? How does that happen in a year? Because we're all singing
in a year.
Yeah, in a year.
Wait, no.
Go back to Hard Knocks.
Wait, because Green Bay. I know what you're saying. No. This was before the time with the Jets. This was before he left Green Bay. He was a basket case then. The difference is Green Bay had a better ran organization that hid his craziness for how long? and allowed this to happen. But you saw the slow decline of Green Bay, and then they're like, you know what? I think we're done. I think we're done with this.
Is that not the same thing they did with Favre?
Well,
I mean,
Favre's being a basket case is way different than Aaron Rodgers being a basket case. Favre's like, I'm done. I'm retiring. I've decided I'm not retiring. I'm retiring.
What is he doing?
Okay, I'm
What
not
is he
retiring.
doing?
Stealing money from the people of Mississippi. That's a different story. But I think the Packers had a better organization around him. Obviously, they had better players than the Jets did. They had better coaching, and they could hide that within the organization. The Jets are you have the New York media. You have the media of Wisconsin. Who's getting covered more? The Jets are being talked about for the last 2 years, and they are irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. The Packers have been more relevant with Jordan Love before you knew Jordan Love could play football. and nobody was talking about him until Jordan Love. They're like, oh my gosh, he can play a little bit. Oh, okay. Now let's start talking about Jordan Love. New York was all over Rodgers when he got to the Jets. So no, it's not the same. That's it. So it wasn't a year. It was a long time coming. Okay. And then you have the Netflix thing, and then you have the story that is what, ex-fiance or girlfriend or whatever, saying how crazy he is, all that stuff. All that's been going on. That didn't happen like just yesterday. Oh, okay. Hey, I'm crazy. Hi. No. So we are way overdue for a break. Gosh, I didn't even realize.
Jim would have told us if he was here. Oh, wait, he's not here. He's not here. He doesn't have an appointment at the Mac tonight. He's not here.
Where is Jim tonight? He's
Fort
doing
Worth
something
or some bullcrap. Well, yeah.
big time in it.
I call
big time in it. Anyway,
with the sack. Conference, the SAC conference. What do you guys get?
It's just funny.
Every time we talk about it working for
I'm
the
13.
SAC, it's great.
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely. When we come back, second segment of the Coach's Box. You're watching it. We hope. We'll see you in a second.
I'm the guy sitting next to your girl on the kiss cam.
And this game just got a lot more interesting.
Sheila? Mom?
Fire!
And if you don't have the right home coverage, you might have to kiss your savings goodbye. Let's go, beat it. So get Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Bro! Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
It's Between Takes with Daikin and Dave Mars.
Good. All right, next set up.
Hey, Dave, we got another question about energy savings. And this is a good one.
Yeah, efficiency is so important.
Didn't you just talk with Daikin about this?
They said energy efficiency is the key to a happy marriage. She gets the temperature, I get the savings.
Good to know. I'll tell them to check with their local Daikin dealer.
All right, back to one.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com. In the hobby of collecting, check out Elite Collectibles, open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They carry a wide variety of sports cards, trading cards, magic cards, Pokemon cards, and other non-sports cards. Need some supplies? They also have sleeves, top loaders, boxes, and much, much more. They have online auctions every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and also do bulk grading submissions to SGC and CGC. Check out Elite Collectibles at 1258 Main Street in Imperial, Missouri. You can also view their entire inventory at www.elitecollecting.com.
you need new entertainment, you need full-length content, you need the Real Fresh channel. Hey, I'm Health Fresh from the Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today on YouTube. We have new content. We are a network of podcasters putting out new stuff every single day. Whether you need sports, pro or college, whether you need comedies, whether you need pop culture, whether you need wrestling, we've got so much content on there. Gaming, check it out. Live, not live, we've got it all. The Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Coach's Box Call Like We See It podcast. We appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of our show. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, or the X, or whatever you want to call it, and YouTube. And if you didn't see the graphics that Jason was a part of in our commercial break, we bring this show to you for a grand total of $0 because we want you guys to not have to pay for this crap show that we like to provide for you guys on the regular. So again, appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and be a part of the show. We might even throw your comment up there on the screen so everybody can see what you're writing. So make sure it's family appropriate, just in case you have a public job like the rest of us do. Anyways, back to accounts in life. Guys, we've got real quick before we shift away from the NFL draft, which is what we discussed in segment one. I think ESPN bet the over/under on quarterbacks drafted in the first round is 2.5.
Really? Okay.
So, what's your prediction right now? If you had to go drop you $100 on that bet.
Say the bet again. Sorry.
Oh my gosh! Way to be part of the show, Jason. Lights, camera.
I didn't know if you realized it, but I'm not coaching basketball anywhere yet, so I'm trying. Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't know.
I'm following some leads here and stuff. Trying to get me hired somewhere, Chris.
Yeah, I understand. I get that.
Yep.
Been there a couple times. So my, the whole thing I brought up here like a minute and a half ago. ESPN bet has the over/under on quarterbacks drafted in the first round set at 2.5. The last time I heard.
I'm taking
Jason,
the over.
What's your prediction? You're taking the over. How many do you think since you're taking the over?
2.5, so just 3 got to be drafted.
I mean, that's true.
And I've seen dumber things done.
That is true.
I once saw Trump candidate get drafted in the first round, I believe. So, what do you do?
I once saw Jamarcus Russell get picked with the first pick of the draft.
Oh, yeah. How about Lawrence Phillips, baby?
At least Lawrence Phillips just wanted to, kill somebody. Jamarcus Russell, oh God. The stories on this guy. Talk about not doing your homework. The dude didn't do his homework.
The greatest is when they gave him blank tapes, and he said he'd watched them.
Yeah. You Raiders. All right, Zach. Over under 2.5.
I'll take the under.
Go.
I'll take the under.
So it's you're picking the under. What's your call? You're gonna say 1.
I'll say 2. I'll say 2. I don't know. I just don't see. Man, I don't know. I don't see it. I like Alabama.
Make a prediction.
2. I'm just saying 2. I just don't see. I think
I like Alabama.
Well, I was gonna say I'm a Bama guy. I'm a Bama guy. I just don't. Jalen Milroe.
He's not gonna. No.
What?
No, he's second
What
round
if
guy.
that's what I'm saying. There's no Ward
At best.
and then
Ward's
I'm
going
going to
one.
tell you right now, I wouldn't put $100 on it either way, because
No, you got okay in this hypothetical.
I know you guys and your dumb hypotheticals, but I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're just
We're
going
on a
to say the facts
podcast
over here. Oh, yeah. Just going to make stuff up and talk about it. Why don't we just talk about fantasy stuff like Marvel stuff and superheroes?
Yeah,
and crap
because
like that.
you know I follow all that. Yeah.
I could see you reading a Spider-Man comic book in a
Maybe
past
wear.
life.
I might wear some Spider-Man underwear, but I'm not gonna.
Okay, that went too far with your underoos. Way too far. Over under at 2.5. I'm taking the under, and I'm picking 2 because I think someone will trade into. Or I think somebody will jump back in, or somebody like the Steelers will say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a quarterback. And if they take a quarterback, I think they will take Shedeur Sanders, and they will be the only 2 quarterbacks that are drafted in the first round. Sanders, in my opinion, is the only other guy who has a shot, but I don't think you're going to waste a top 12 pick on him. You're definitely going to waste a top 5. Doubtful on top 10.
None of his teammates came to his birthday party. So, did you see that? That was out there.
Yeah,
he's lost draft stock because none of his teammates came to his birthday party.
So dumb.
I thought that was that made me laugh.
No, it's funny. Definitely. So, guys, this might be a me and Jarvis conversation. Kevin's not here. Well, because Zach doesn't know anything about hockey.
Oh God, the Blues have sucked. It's been so bad.
Well, the injury bug got him at the wrong time.
Holloway being out sucks. But I tell you what, I don't think Parayko's played well in this series at all.
He's also not 100%.
He can't be because he was standing right by 2 guys that have scored goals in this, probably more than that by now, but 2 goals in particular. He was within hitting range and didn't even touch them. Just watched them shoot the puck. It's over, baby. We may get swept.
Well, crazier things have happened. So let's accentuate the positive.
You can be positive, but I'm a pessimist, and I'm telling you,
I know.
Series over.
Hey, it's not a series until when? Until the home team loses a game. They ain't lost a game.
I was gonna say when St. Louis play at home.
They're gonna lose
tomorrow.
One quick.
That's a Scotty Bowman quote, and that is 100% true. In hockey, you can lose 2 games in a row and then reel off 4 in a row and win a series. In hockey, you can also lose the first 3 and then win 4. It's just a weird game how it works. It's very momentum, and the momentum is different than any other sports. Losing Dylan Holloway is immensely painful for the Blues because they lose a guy who has playoff experience. He can play 200 feet, and the offense was clicking with him. The offense has not been clicking without him. And Connor Hellebuyck is a hell of a goalie, which sucks because I don't like Winnipeg. I don't like this version of them. The old version, yeah, with the cool jerseys. Yeah, they're okay. Not this version, not the one that's reincarnated after Atlanta can't hold a team. But either way, sorry, I'm rambling. I think they can. They've got. I mean, obviously, game 3's got to win. So they do have a chance tomorrow night in St. Louis. Place going to be rocking and rolling. They have been close games, so at least they haven't been destroyed by the best team in the league.
Probably the most physical series so far. So, I mean, that's what they were talking about. Now, explain this to me because I saw this on TV the other day. How does St. Louis already have 2 games in, and there's other series that haven't even started yet? Like, it doesn't. I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me.
They have started.
Well, at the time,
everybody's
at the time they hadn't. So
well, because they they play a group of them first, and they play depending on the locations of the games, and then they play another, and then the next group of. It's not like everybody plays on the same day,
right?
So they alternate days, and then they have their travel days, and it just depends. So, I mean, if they started a day ahead, It's I mean, they've already played 2. They're going to be playing game number 3, and the Kings and the Oilers. I think they've only played. They're playing tonight, aren't they? Or they played last night? No, they played tonight. So yeah, I mean, and it's just how it works with the travel schedule, the TV schedule, things like that. And I will say this: apparently TNT got roasted for as bad of a presentation of hockey that they did on the Jets Blues game. So from everything I've seen, it's just like they're like, this sucks. I mean, it was not great at all. Hey, I will say this though. That's one thing. The Blues broadcasts are so good, and the radio. I like listening to the games while I'm driving. Sometimes I would rather listen to a Blues game on the radio than actually watching it on TV. Because Kerber is so good. I mean, he is so good on the call. Anyway, Jason, I ain't gonna ask Zach because Zach doesn't have anything. You have any other thoughts before we move on?
Man, it's almost like being a Mizzou fan, dude. It's it just crushed me. You had to win one of those games. One. And the first one you played 2 decent periods, and then that third you just crap down your legs. I just full strength. Maybe they have a better, like I'm saying, full healthy strength. Maybe they have a better chance, but Winnipeg's going to win, and I think they may sweep.
You shut your mouth. They will not sweep.
Oh, it's going to be
no sweep. No sweep. Don't bring your negativity up in here, okay? We're not doing
Chris,
that. I thought we were going to be positive.
So let me ask you that. Look, go ahead.
Positive.
Chris, I'm having a problem being positive about much of anything right now.
Hey, then you know what you got to do? You got to stop being sad and be awesome instead.
So okay, let me ask you this from a philosophical or coaching strategy standpoint.
Oh God!
Why?
Like me and my hockey,
right?
Coaching
well, okay.
expertise.
So liken it to basketball. Okay, liken it to basketball. Why, when I watch, and obviously I don't understand it, why do I guess there's the defensemen that are up away from the goal that they've got the puck on the top and they're kind of going back and forth. Obviously, they're trying to work angles. Why don't they play like a man-to-man? Because when Jason said he's there by 2 guys to hit. Why aren't you just playing man-to-man? Because if you're in that third, so it's not like you're scoring an uncontested layup. I'm asking. Go ahead.
Okay, Zach. Now listen. I've never been ice skating out one time in my life. Okay, not once.
Okay.
Have you ever been on ice skates?
I have.
Okay. In your expertise of ice skating, which is obviously one more time is more times than me. Could you move around pretty easily and stay up with anybody just was around you? Like, let's say just start skating circles and
I probably could if I did that my whole life and that was my job.
Oh no! It wasn't that. I was asking.
That's not what he said.
Okay,
you need to listen.
That's not a fair question. That's called a loaded question, there, Chris.
I know, because here's the thing: you're playing the best. These guys are the best athletes in the world, and they can do amazing things with a puck and a stick while they're doing something that's incredibly difficult to do. Okay, and to say like, well, why aren't they playing man to man?
That's what I'm asking.
Try guarding somebody who's skating around a freaking rink with the puck, making little moves with it, and you're trying to use your stick and trying to say, no, I'm going to knock that puck
There's no man-to-man in hockey.
Again, that's why I'm asking the question.
They mark their man up like soccer, like you mark your man.
That's as close as you can say.
But why can't you? Why did they let him up top? You're in the third. You're in the third.
I literally just told you.
You're
that.
in the. I'm not saying full court like basketball. They're in like the half.
The full court is full ice.
I'm not saying. I'm trying to liken it here. They're in that part of that zone. Why did they just say, "Oh, hey, we're just going to let the guys up top pass back and forth"? Well, then why don't you put all 5 guys and stand in front of the goalie and block the daggum net?
Because because what happens is if you try to go like, and again, they're facing forward at your goal and you're not. If you get out of position,
it's like in basketball,
for you to turn around. If you turn around, how much longer is it going to take for you to spin back around? And that guy is going straight line past you. If he makes, again, if that guy takes the basketball, Zach, and he jab steps you and gets you moving this way, or leaning back and you come in at him and he goes by you, you have to turn around and get back in a position to be anywhere into the play. You put everybody there's a breakdown of the defense, and now everybody is trying to pick up your slack. That's going to leave somebody open. You can't put yourself that bad out of position in hockey when you've got skating involved, where I got to spin back around, which is even more difficult than just drop stepping or swivel your hips and go back now on defense in basketball when you don't have to worry about skating. And I'm not using my hands; I'm using a stick to defend the puck. And if I get that stick caught in that dude's legs, that's a trip. So I've got to be able to defend without tripping the guy, without hooking him with the blade of the stick. It's incredibly.
Is it hard wash?
It's way more difficult to play. It's way more difficult to play first base. Okay, way more difficult.
Hatterberg couldn't skate. There ain't no way. Hatterberg couldn't have played left winger or moved from winger to goalie.
No.
It wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
So
I'm just curious.
I have so much respect for hockey players and what they can. What they are asked to do.
Here's my thing.
And for the amount of pay that they make, they don't make nearly as much as these other sports.
Here's my thing with hockey.
And they so physical.
It's
Go ahead.
so physical. It's so violent. How do more people not get their arms chopped off? And like them skates, those skates are sharp as all get out, dude.
Oh, yeah.
How is there not more cuts? Like major, like juggler. I remember
there have been. There's been a couple. I remember at least in our lifetime seeing a couple of that. But like I don't how they're not wearing or required to wear face masks. That's beyond me. Like that's what I don't get.
They are now.
Yeah,
I mean like full
could go without them or done. I think most everybody has to have them now almost.
Everybody wears. Well, matter of fact, I saw something pop up on. I think it was on X that in I can't remember the guy's name. He was in 1995 or 1996. It was the last guy who didn't wear a helmet in hockey because they used to not wear helmets or face guards or anything. They would just play, and he was the last. He was the last skater to do that. Goalies aren't considered skaters, Zach. So that's he was the last one to do it. So and I remember it was a big deal because the people that I grew up around that liked hockey were like, man, these guys are a bunch of wusses. That's not how it used to be played. I mean, it's so damn violent though, man. I mean, you have to be a freaking man to play this game. And playoff hockey is so if you're not 100%, I mean, you not only have to be good, and you have to have some guys who can play, but you have to stay healthy. And I think that's the Blues' biggest problem right now is they're not healthy. So you got to have a little bit of luck there. You got to create your own luck, obviously, and stay as injury-free as possible, and avoid big hits. Like Kyrie got smashed the other night. I mean, he got absolutely smashed. But that's the thing. I mean, you're one hit away from being like, we're done. So that's why this series can change real quick within the next two, if somebody, if one of the Jets players, if they get hurt, we're talking about the same thing with them. Like, they're in trouble. I mean, and that's why the momentum's so important. And the line, the line matchups that we were talking about last week, the line matchups, most of the lines have been pretty even, except for the lines that when Robert Thomas, who's not 100%, when he's out there, they're not doing a very good job of matching up to the Kyle Connor line that they throw out there.
Kyle Connor's been killing us.
He's been killing, and it looks like we're slow, and it looks like we're not healthy. I mean, and that's the thing. You get a line that's hot like that, and you don't have anybody that your guys can't match up with theirs. That's the one that exploits you. So everybody, I mean, again, it's a close series. That's why I still hold out enough hope, because it's not like they're getting blown out. This isn't, this isn't the Oklahoma City and the Memphis Grizzlies playing playoff games. I mean, these are close. They're in the thick of it. So there is a chance. I'm going to be positive. I'm not going to be Jason on this. They're not. They're not. So, do you want to talk a little NBA? We haven't even mentioned the NBA. They actually have playoff games going on right now. Nobody's probably watching or cares.
There's people watching.
Some of them. People don't remember what basketball actually looked like before LeBron. They're watching, I guess. That's your boy. Jason, how do you feel about your Lakers right now? They evened the series last night. JJ Redick apparently gave a very passionate halftime speech, and man, they came out there and they evened that series up against the T-Wolves.
Did they?
I don't know what he did.
I didn't think they evened it up.
Oh yeah, it's 1-1 now.
I thought it was 2-1 though.
It is 1-1. No, it's 1-1.
Well, that shows you how much I've cared.
It tells me that you're definitely a man of, you're a fan of the Lake Show. Absolute fan. I will tell you this: Jason Tatum missed his first playoff game with injury tonight, and the Celtics did manage to win, so they're up 2-0. Right now, I mean, there's a couple surprises.
Lakers have tied the series. Luka is a liability on the defensive end, so he needs to score a lot of points. He needs to score a lot of points when he plays. But I think the Lakers still win this series.
God, I hope not. I hope they lose.
Shut your pie hole.
What? Oh, no, you're talking about the Blues getting swept. You shut your pie hole.
Not.
Okay, that's a hometown team.
And your Lakers. I am being a true Blues fan. I mean, we got one cup, 2019, and I'm glad I got to see it, but
you can die a happy man now, 5-year plan. Go ahead.
It's hard being a Blues fan, just like it's hard being a Mizzou fan. It's hard being any Missouri sport fan. Right now, Missouri sports suck.
The Blues are in the playoffs. They shouldn't even been in the playoffs.
Okay, so the Blues got lucky. Oh, they had to wait till the last game of the year to make sure.
They weren't even in. Nobody thought they were going to make the playoffs. Come on. Okay, now you're like, they suck.
I did. I didn't think they'd choke so bad in the first round. I thought
they're all hurt. We just got done talking about it.
Next man up.
To the show?
If this was Fox,
was
Fox basketball, you would be saying, "Next man up. Let's go." What's going on?
We got a JV game to win. We got a JV game to win. Let's go.
We got a JV game to stack. Let's go.
They ain't calling up nobody from their JV team, okay? That's not how it works. Hey, speaking of needing a call up, though, did you? And I know nobody's paying attention to the NBA, but I did see this. So the Oklahoma City Thunder they won 68 games this year.
They're
Okay,
pretty good.
they're pretty good. Good God, would you go?
Dude,
They beat the Grizzlies 131 to 80
points.
That's so
See
bad.
my math right there. 51. Yes.
It was right on the money. It's pretty easy.
But 51 points lost. That's terrible. That's like something that happened to a Missouri team.
I mean,
dude, I wish we'd get
about
the NBA. That'd be sweet. I go watch it.
We're not getting.
I have never been to an NBA game. My son has probably been to 10 or more. Who knows? But and Mama takes him a lot of places. But yeah, I don't.
Well, I've never been to one either, so don't worry. I ain't got time for that. We got farm work to do.
I know. I got grass to cut.
So I will trade you grass cutting for farm work. Straight up.
Yeah, I would too. But I'm not driving all the way to Des Arc or wherever the hell you drive to do all that work
Close
either.
Enough. So, all right. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, come back, and we will finish up with our third and final segment.
I support the Miller family, buddy. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I won't no longer support the Plaque family anymore. But sorry. But I mean, I did for 10 years support until there was a new voice needed. I support it.
And I get no commission off those.
Wait,
you're watching the coach's box,
fee?
maybe, possibly. No. See you in a little bit.
I'm the guy sitting next to your girl on the kiss cam.
And this game just got a lot more interesting.
Sheila? Mom?
Fire!
And if you don't have the right home coverage, you might have to kiss your savings goodbye. Let's go, beat it. So get Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Bro!
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
It's Between Takes with Daikin and Dave Mars.
Good. All right, next set up.
Hey, Dave, we got another question about energy savings. And this is a good one.
Yeah, efficiency is so important.
Didn't you just talk with Daikin about this?
They said energy efficiency is the key to a happy marriage. She gets the temperature, I get the savings.
Good to know. I'll tell them to check with their local Daikin dealer.
All right, back to one.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com. In the hobby of collecting, check out Elite Collectibles, open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They carry a wide variety of sports cards, trading cards, magic cards, Pokemon cards, and other non-sports cards. Need some supplies? They also have sleeves, top loaders, boxes, and much, much more. They have online auctions every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and also do bulk grading submissions to SGC and CGC. Check out Elite Collectibles at 1258 Main Street in Imperial, Missouri. You can also view their entire inventory at www.elitecollecting.com.
You need new entertainment. You need full-length content. You need the Real Fresh channel. Hey, I'm Health Fresh from the Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today on YouTube. We have new content. We are a network of podcasters putting out new stuff every single day. Whether you need sports, pro or college, whether you need comedies, whether you need pop culture, whether you need wrestling, we've got so much content on there. Gaming, check it out. Live, not live, we've got it all. The Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Coach's Box Call Like We See It podcast. This is our third segment of our 230-second show. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or on the X, don't forget to share, repost, comment, like. Even if you don't like it, we do appreciate that because, it just, again, we like to know that at least you cared enough to do that, even if you didn't care at all. And we bring this show to you for the grand total of $0 because, again, who wants to pay to watch this shit show? But we appreciate you guys doing so much. Zach loves it when I use the S word. Don't use it very often, but I like to here and there. Jason, on the other hand, likes to use it more than other people. That's okay, though. I don't fault him or judge him for that.
More than more.
Don't worry about it. If you'd pay attention, I knew you wasn't. That's why I just kept going.
Grandpa
and
Dad.
if you didn't know what I just said, you can go back and watch it on YouTube for $0. And I know you won't. So there you go.
All
right.
So I don't think I ever went back and watched an episode of this.
Not a single one. Yeah.
There's no way. Why would I? I'm always here.
Why would I? Wow, Jason. Wow.
I'm just saying, dude. Like the only time I haven't been is when my kid's been in the hospital. Like my wife had something going on, like serious like that, or I was in the hospital, which might fall down, break something. You never know. Getting close to 50. We're gonna throw a basher next year. By the way, we have to throw back. Turn the 5-0. Look at this. 5-0. Anyway,
it's great.
How about them Cardinals, man? They suck too.
And that's where we're going next, right there.
Hey, Mats, baby, Mats look good. Let's sign them for 3 more years.
Please stop.
Okay, I didn't know if you saw the brown in my eyes as I was spewing all that brown. But
I mean, he's not been terrible.
He's been better than some.
But
that Michaelis, just ship him on out wherever you can take him. Here. I'll take a soda bottle and maybe stock our soda for a couple weeks. Yeah,
a couple weeks. I definitely that would be just as easy moving on from that. Miles Michaelis. Leading the Cardinals with his 7-run ERA. Oh, I'm sorry. You're supposed to have a smaller number, right? Like golf. So he's probably one of the worst pitchers right now for the Cardinals. No, I take that back because they brought up Graceffo and he got hammered. Ryan Fernandez is terrible. He's got an 11-run ERA. Jojo Romero's bad this year. He's got a 5. His ERA is 5.4.
Bullpen has lost us like 8 or 9 games.
I told you guys that when the season started, and I went on a freaking rant about it. And y'all laughed, and I'm like, their bullpen is bad.
I know your arms are crossed. You don't want to agree with him either, but he's right, and he was right then.
He's
right now. Our bullpen is garbage.
Our bullpen is like poop that a dog eats and then poops it back up, eats it again, throws it up, eats it, and then poops it back out. That's what our bullpen is.
So
3-time recycled, regurgitated
I'm thinking
dog
we
poop.
need to do in my history of sports class today, we're watching The Rookie, and I'm thinking we need to have an open tryout. We may find some lefty. We may find some lefty that throws 98 miles an hour and maybe throw him batting practice to a high school team, but he's throwing 98. Let's get him out there. Because
do you think Jim Morris? Hey, does Jim Morris have any gas left in his tank? Zach, go to bed. God, you guys.
Well, we're not pounding Pepsi. Diet Coke, but
this is 0 sugar.
Yeah, wonder who you got that Pepsi from. But anyway,
the store, no person in particular.
Sorry, when I saw it, I had to.
I went there. You did. What a douche. The only bright spot right now.
That was the 4th time. That was the 4th time regurgitated. Uh,
I can't even concentrate
Look
now
at
after
my
that.
ADD.
A little bit.
All over the place.
So Brendan Donovan is, slowly becoming one of the best players in baseball that nobody really cares about because the Cardinals suck. And he's leading the league in hits.
He's a stud
with
dude.
32. He's got a 356 batting average. Matter of fact, I think he's only made like one error.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back.
What?
To when everybody was debating, we should keep Tommy Edman. I said, no, you got to keep Donovan. I said that bull crap right here on the show. And I had people saying, no, Tommy Edman, Tommy Edman.
Wow,
No.
he's had what, 25 good games. Yay. Let's see what he does over the course of the season.
Oh my God, Zach, you suck.
No,
you suck.
You know what? You're not the first person to say that recently, so it won't be the last. No, but anyway.
Hey, it's all right. I feel the same way, buddy. It's all good.
No, but he will
right.
be the lone all-star. He will probably be the lone all-star. And the offense, I was looking this up. They still have a +2 run differential. The offense is averaging 4.8 runs per game. That is enough and should be
winning.
That is enough and should be enough to win. But Chris,
you know why they can't? Because they're giving up too many runs. It's so bad.
I was waiting.
I don't know what to tell you. It's
said,
so
Ron
bad.
Rhodes, I almost said it's time to bring in Matt Carpenter. I almost said it because
who's the guy?
Wait, can Matt Carpenter freaking pitch?
No, because there's no way we bring him back for offense.
Who's the guy that said, we don't need to make any moves in this offseason? Our pitching staff, our bullpen is great, is fantastic.
That was our strong point. Remember?
Right now.
Remember, pitching was supposed to be our strong point.
I mean, we had a decent. Did we not have a decent bullpen last year?
Okay.
Yes. But what's the problem?
Decent.
But what's the problem? Didn't a lot of those guys walk? Didn't a lot of those guys aren't here?
Well, Kittredge is gone.
Okay.
How many guys did they lose?
A lot of guys.
Lost several of those guys. Yeah. Well, okay. Here's the question I have right now. It is almost May. Okay, we're gonna be in 8 days. It's gonna be May. It's gonna be May. And you know what we haven't seen? We haven't seen McGreevy. Why isn't he playing in the majors? We're already past the point now where it's like we're not gonna get penalized for him being on the opening day roster
because Michael is.
We need someone to freak. I don't give a damn what Michaelis does right now. He can go ahead and sit on the bench because you have no shot of winning when you're giving up 7 runs. At least McGreevy can freaking pitch and not give up that many. You've got McGreevy. And I know Graceffo's ERA isn't any good, but he's also a rookie. So you've got him. You've got McGreevy, Graceffo, and you got Tinkins. Either way, I'm just saying, I'm gonna play those guys, and that's who I'm going to let those guys pitch and get rid of all of these no-name guys who delivered beer or something last year who did. I don't even know why they're even playing. And if I'm serious about trying to make the playoffs, which they are obviously not, because this is that retool year, and they might actually waste a good offense. Because it cycles around. If your pitching's good, then for the Cardinals, if the pitching's good, we know they can't hit. If the hitting's good, they can't pitch. Instead of us having, like the both of them going at the same time. Oh, when's the last time that happened? Oh, yeah. We won or made the playoffs or made a deep playoff run, played in the World Series, things like that. Those things happen when you can actually pitch and hit and you can field a little bit. So, McGreevy, that's a guy that needs to be playing. And if you really need to, trade a guy and get you some pitching help. Okay? Really. Do that. Take one of those pieces. take us a JC or a Gorman or a Lucan Baker and go ahead and get somebody who can pitch. They need somebody. Hell, even that Pozo guy, the catcher, the big fat guy, he can freaking swing a stick, man. I mean, he's only played in 5 games. He's hitting 300 in a backup role. I mean, they're getting offense. Pagas has 10 RBIs.
Yeah, he's not been bad. I mean,
the offense is actually doing very well. Contreras hasn't hit. Contreras, he looks like Willie Mays Ace out there. He ain't getting nothing. Jordan Walker's slumping. Everybody else is, and Walker is going to come around. I still have a lot of faith in him. Wynn just came back, and that I was really surprised that they optioned Ciani. I was really surprised they did that. But I said last year, why not trade Ciani when his stock is high and get somebody with a couple, even if it's a reliever who's on a 1 or 2 year deal, you at least replenish a position of high risk of injury. And if you're not going to play McGreevy up, why not do that?
Matt Carpenter could not make this team around Rhodes. Shut up. But McGreevy's hurt, evidently. That's why he's not up.
Is he on the injured list?
I don't know. I'm just Doug Schaefer, and I take his. Hey, guy that comes and does the book for free, I'm on him. He's right. And wait. Hey, Doug, I won't need that this year. I won't be running that tournament. But if I was, I would have asked. Begging to see him too. Yes, but he's injured. He's injured. I don't know how bad. You never know. You never know how bad.
He's not on the injured list.
You never know how bad with the Cardinals. What?
He's not on the injured list.
Damn, no. I just took Doug's word. Doug, you made me look like a fool.
Did he dug it up?
He dug it. God dang it, Doug.
Now he's not even listening.
He's not hurt.
Why?
Yeah, he's tuned out.
No, he's looking it up because we're calling him out.
Probably. It happens. I mean, if they just had a little bit of pitching, they're over 500. They're 10 and 14 today.
No. If they had relief pitching, they would be over 500.
Well, Michaelis can't pitch.
Relief pitching.
Michaelis can't pitch his way out of a wet paper bag.
Oh, I understand that, but that is what's killing them right now. I don't think they've won an extra inning game. I think the bullpen has blown 8, maybe 9 games so far. Not gonna
look. Did you see Ron Rhodes? Right. Ron Rhodes. I still go to my grave when I say Contreras spelling. Yeah, you weren't even close, bud. Contrarios. Contrarios. Spelling is a cancer.
Why is Contreras a cancer?
I do not think so at all. I think all the guys like Contreras. I think
no, the guy Jack Flaherty didn't like Wilson Contreras.
Probably because he put him in his place. He probably called him out. There's an affliction there that we have nowadays where people just don't like to be told, hey, you know what? You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
You suck.
Not that. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Do your job. And people, like you said, their feelings get hurt. And then all of a sudden you're the bad guy when you say that to them. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like when people aren't doing their job and you like call them out on it, they get aggravated with you?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
How about this? How about the fact that you tried to play Wilson Contreras in the freaking outfield or something? And then you had all this weird stuff you're trying to do with the guy that you just signed to a big contract, supposed to be a big
as your catcher.
Signing. As a catcher, and you talk about, well, we're going to DH, we're going to put him in the outfield.
6 shutout innings
what's
today.
the matter with you?
Hey, guess what, Sean? The sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while.
I was waiting for that.
Come on.
Blind squirrels find acorns too, and then they die. And Michaelis, his career is toast. Okay, great. That's great. No way. I'm not even. No.
Did they win today?
No,
they didn't. They lost.
Michaelis sucks still. I'm sure
the bullpen really
sucks. It may not have been his fault, but he still sucks.
The bullpen really sucks. you finally get some blood out of the turnip known as Miles Michaelis, and he does pitch. He did pitch really well. I did see that, but again, I take it back. His ERA isn't 7; it's actually 5 now because he did so well. And then King comes in and he gives up a run, and then was it Leahy? Is that how you say his name? I've heard it like one time. Romero got pounded again, so now his ERA is up to 7. Fernandez, who I don't even know why he's even on the roster at this point, he gives up a run. So I'm pretty sure I think Fernandez is the one because he gave up the 3-run shot.
That's the one that
Romero's guys were on base. Yeah. So again, why is Fernandez on the team with an 11-run ERA? 11. I didn't say 7. And I know for a fact we didn't sign him to, some kind of big he's not making $14 million a year. Like he's got to go. And the thing about relief pitchers is if they're not performing, then there's no sense in keeping them. Okay? It's like, what'd you do last year? Okay, that's great. You're a relief guy. You're a high leverage guy. You live on, can I get these outs? And if you can't get the outs, even though you've got a track record, it doesn't matter. It's what have you done for me lately? End of story. And he's got to go. So he had a 3.5 ERA last year. Well, it wasn't like it was a 1.5, it's 3.5. So that's great. In 11 games, he's given up, 11 earned runs. So yep, that tracks. He's got to go. DFA. Thanks for playing. Well, you can get his autographs real cheap on cards for probably $1.50 on eBay. That tells you all.
Think about this. Outside of their 3-0 start, they are 7-15. 7-15. 3-7 in their last 10. Okay.
Yeah.
They suck.
They are right now
not
5.5 games out of the Central, and they are.
Yeah.
I want to say like bottom 5, maybe even bottom 4 in the entire MLB, not just the National League. We said this was going to happen. Now, we also said, and Kevin giving him credit, he said, I'm fine with the youth movement, figuring out who we have. Obviously, they're doing fine. The offense, which was last year, that was the problem. Offense struggled last year. Pitching did enough. Okay. Pitching was doing enough because, we had a winning season. Didn't get in the playoffs, all that good stuff. But at least at least they had a winning season. This year, it just tells you how much the importance on pitching is. And I don't care that we're only 15% in the year. Like you said, Chris, you've got to go do something. Otherwise, what are you telling the fan base? If you're not willing to make a change, then why do you want to go spend money?
And that's why they're not. Zach, that's why people aren't going to the games. That's why the when they show the pictures of Busch Stadium, you know what you don't see? People in the seats. It's very sporadic. And even for Friday night, Saturday night games, Sunday afternoon games, people ain't going. And ownership made the biggest mistake ever by saying, well, that's the attendance is tied to the payroll. Is it now? Shocker. That seems like that makes a lot of sense because I'm pretty sure you've had how many sellouts, had one of the highest attendance in baseball over the last 20 years. And I'm pretty sure you weren't top 3 in payroll to match the attendance. So that math doesn't play. Okay. So that's the mistake they made. So the fans see it, they see it, and they're not showing up. They're not sending the message. They have to make some kind of move. And Coach Rhodes, first off, Sean, you're correct. Marmol does love Fernandez because he keeps rolling him out there. Why has he been in 11 games? Makes no sense. And then Coach Rhodes, that was Rhodes with that one. Sorry. And they've only won two road games. They are 2-11 on the road. They are 2-11. They're 8-4 at home. and they are 2-11.
Sounds like they need a rain out.
I told you this I told you this road trip was going to be brutal, and I'm pretty sure one of you guys said, "Well, the Braves suck this year," and I said, "But the Cardinals are coming to town. Feast on that pitching. That's a good way to come back from that." Yep. Oh yeah. And guess what happened? Braves took 2 out of 3. That's all there is to it, guys. I mean, it's that simple. So, we'll see how they bounce back, but I mean, they've got to do something, man. I mean, I told you I'm happy that I am happy they're playing the younger guys, but the pitching is so bad. God, it's so bad. If you're gonna lose with young guys. Put McGreevy in, put Hintz in, and just let them go. Stop putting these other dudes in who have no business playing. It's awful. Michaelis needs to go too. I don't care. 6 shutout innings out. Zach, let's go before we wrap the show up. Yeah, this was a good one. I want you to give us the would you rather.
Are you putting the graphic up or not? Okay.
No, I can't.
Okay. So I saw this online and I figured, okay, this would be a good debatable topic, and then everybody that's listening, all 3 people, they can chime in too. So it says, if you could pick your sports career before it started, which career would you choose?
Of course, your internet would suck. Go.
Oh
yeah, your internet really sucked.
All right. The picture, you say it.
I can't hear him either.
You say it.
You say it, Chris.
Oh, no, you do it. No, you do it. Maybe Jason should do it.
I don't have it in front of me, so I can't.
Oh my gosh. All right. Which career would you choose if you could choose before it even starts? Option A. You're a 15-time All-Star, 3-time MVP. You get 5 playoff appearances, but you don't get a chance to win a championship. You get 0 titles. So 15 All-Stars, 3 MVPs, 5 playoff appearances, 0 titles. Okay. So you're like Dan Marino, basically. Okay. Option B. No All-Star appearance. You're not an All-Star. You're not an MVP. You've played in 12 championship games and you've won 5. So you're like Robert Horry. Okay. So basically you have the Dan Marino career. You've got the Robert Horry career. You got option C. You're a 5-time All-Star, no MVP awards, 9 playoff appearances, 2 championship titles. It's like the Russell Wilson, except he's only got 1. But I'm trying to think, who has 2? Oh, no. Plunkett, he wasn't Pro Bowl, was he? Eli Manning. That's an Eli Manning right there. And then you have option D. 3-time All-Star, 1 MVP, 3 playoff appearances, 1 title. So you're Terrell Davis, minus the two Super Bowl wins, but kind of the same kind of career.
What sport are we talking here?
I'm just it just doesn't matter.
Didn't matter.
I'm using athletes to reference. Okay. Like these are relative careers.
I'll go first on this. This is easy, and it's gonna really makes people think about me here in a minute. But This is going by what I know now at the age of 49. I'm taking option A. Read it. What was it?
Wow. 15-time All-Star.
Yep.
3-time MVP. 5 playoff appearances. No championships.
Here's the deal.
Not 1.
I think that one I made the most money out of. If you name all 4 of those, I think option A makes the most money, even though he doesn't win a championship. All those accolades and everything, he makes the most money. And thus, knowing what I know, and knowing that I would have never been a teacher, maybe, I think that when it comes to money, like I love being a teacher, but the money thing in Missouri is just it blows my mind. I don't want to get off subject, but I'm choice A. Choice A. I'm going to make the most money. I'm going to make generational wealth. I'm going to make enough wealth. There it is.
I'm going to cover your face.
Oh, my face is wait. Can we get my face on here still? There it is. Look at that face.
I don't
Look
even
at
think
that
I
face.
can.
I mean, it tracks 14 years younger. Hey, so I'm going with option A. I mean, it just has to be. I'm going to make the most money in that option, and not just my kids, their kids, and their kids, and maybe another set of kids are all going to benefit from how much money I made with option A.
That's interesting. Zach, I'm curious on yours.
Oh man,
I want to go.
Okay,
I'm running the show, so you
okay.
I'm gonna go last.
I understand. I understand the money. I understand the money. I think what I would prefer is probably option C. Give me the All-Stars because I'm still going to make money. Give me the playoff appearances because I'm on a winning team. I'm going to win 2 titles. There's a chance that I probably still make some money on endorsement deals. And maybe if I'm not an MVP, but I'm an All-Star, maybe I'm borderline Hall of Fame talk. So you're going to be remembered. So I'd go option C.
Man, I hate agreeing with you. I really hate it. But at the end of the day, Zach, if I'm going to be, if it's about me and remembering me and all this stuff, I'm going to take option C. But you know what I really want? I want to freaking win. I want to win. Okay. I was the guy who didn't care if I got any kind of trophy. All right. I didn't care if I was the most valuable player. I didn't care if I scored 30 points. I didn't care if I scored 0 points. You know what I cared about? Did we win the game? So at the end of the day, I'm going to take all my selfishness aside, since you guys are all selfish a-holes. It's all about you. And I'm going to say I want to be option B because I want to win those rings. I would rather be Robert Horry when it's all said and done because the money will come and go and it'll be all whatever. And you know what? If the kids, if I give all that money to my kids, they'll probably turn out to be little jackholes anyway. So I don't need to worry about them. I want to worry about my moment in the sun is winning for the team because that's what we're doing.
Chris,
we're winning.
My 2 options were A or B. That was the 2. Because B is you're going to make some money. I don't care. 0 All-Star, 0 MVP, 12 playoff appearances, and 5 championship titles. You're gonna make
baby.
some money. Robert Horry
rings.
Hoard out and made some money. Come on. He made some money.
Hey, your brother picked option B. You picked option. You can't go back.
I
No,
didn't go
you
back.
picked.
I said, I did not.
You said,
hey. You did not. I said, I did not go back. I said option A.
You did too.
I said I debated between A and B.
Oh, no.
Knowing what I know now at age 49.
Knowing what I know now.
No, that's the 2 I debated on. You pricks. And Dave Jarvis, you're a prick too.
Oh,
that's great.
You know what?
But you know what? It's all about, hey, I want to win. Okay, so that's the best choice for winning.
That was my big thing with option A. There was not a winning of a championship. But then I look at
you play the game,
and then I look at
win.
my coaching career, and I went, "Well, I've dealt with it then, so I don't know." Jarvis, you are going. No, I was not going back. Oh, Erickson, I would have punched you. I thought I used to like Sean. Now I kind of want to punch him.
Well,
or rub his bald head and see if a genie comes out.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
think it's. And on that note, the show has hit a new low.
What?
All right.
Oh, come on. It's hit a lot. It's been
Anyway.
a lot lower at a lot of other times.
I'm going to say, yeah.
I mean, we have high standards around here. Remember, I'm the smartest guy in the room.
That's a low bar in this room right now.
Hey,
Sorry.
That night when you put that analogy out there, you were right. PE teacher making the money you're making. Yes, you were right. You were right.
Well, Jarvis, the question you were talking about your the Spider-Man underwear. You don't have orange underwear.
Orange.
That's an inside joke. You don't remember. I'll tell you that one off the air. Sean knows that one. And that's just that was that same trip. I thought you'd remember that. All right. Anyway, on that note, I can tell right now I'm a little tired. Appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of the Coach's Box Call Like We See It podcast. We will probably be back next week. We probably won't have Jim Powers because he's gonna be gone doing his sack duties as the assistant commissioner of the Southwest, whatever it is. Is this the Southwest Conference?
Athletic, got to be athletic conference.
I don't know. I think it is the Southwest Athletic Conference. That's why it's the SAC.
SAC.
2 A's. I don't know. He'll remind us and tell us stop saying SAC. But either way,
but he loves the SAC.
We appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of the Coach's Box. We hope for some Jobu magic for the Blues tomorrow. Everybody will be rooting for him. Jason will be sad if they lose.
I want him to win.
I say Joe Boo must need a refill.
Yeah.
Joe Boo probably needs a refill.
He needs
or
something.
2. And we will see you guys all again next week. Good night. God bless. Take care.
This episode of the Coach's Box Call It Like We See It podcast is brought to you by Off the Rails Media. Life's more fun